Hey, this is Texas at Timeout and from A Radical Difference. And I'm super happy that you guys tune in and listen to me. Um, I don't claim to know everything, I don't even claim to know much of anything. All I'm really telling you is what I'm experiencing in life and how it's going for me and the difference that it's made for me, or the negative things that are happening because of something I'm doing. I'm just sharing my life. I think it's important that we have input in each other's lives and that we listen to other people's advice. And so, if you have any comments or advice or insight that you want to share with me, please leave a comment below this, and I'll get back to you. Today, I am going to talk about, are you accessing your power? You have power. You have power that resides within you. As Christians, we have the power of Christ that resides within us, and that gives us access to the kingdom of heaven, all the riches of heaven, all the beauty and the wonder and the majesty and the miraculous power of heaven is is ours. We have connection to that. It's really, really important that we access that for ourselves, for our decision making, for the atmosphere we live in, for the people we come in contact with. Everything that's in and around us needs us to access that power. If you do not belong to Christ, if you don't even know if God exists, if you're not sure, the power that does exist, just start asking. Start saying, God, if you're real, I'm not sure about it, and would you just prove it to me? Do something to make me know that you're here, that you're listening. The Bible says we have not because we ask not, and so ask. Ask. What do you got to lose? And even if you don't belong to Christ, there's an amount of power that resides within us just as people. We may not have power to access good like we should if we're not connected to Christ, but we have power. Power to motivate ourselves to do things, to not do things, to be involved in what we should be involved in, to accomplish goals that we set for ourselves. You, as a human being, have the ability to say yes or to say no to anything that comes around in your life. Listen, if you're in a situation where you don't feel able to speak your mind or to stand up for yourself, get out. Get out of that situation. If it's a job, if it's a relationship, if it's a living situation, whatever the situation is, do what you have to free yourself up so that you can access the power that you have. You have power. You have power. And if you're giving it to someone else, then you're relinquishing control of an aspect of your life that belongs to you. But it doesn't mean you don't have power to take it back. It doesn't mean that you can't accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. It just means you've given your power to somebody else. Snatch it back, man. It belongs to you, and nobody can keep that if you won't leave it with them. Do you understand? You have the power to take back your power and to use it for something positive and something effective. And as I said, if you're not connected to the God of the universe, start asking Him to show Himself to you. He wants to be involved in your life. He, she, I'm not saying God's a she, I'm not saying God's a he. God is a being. He's not something that we can say, oh, he doesn't have a sex. He's God. He's everything. He's anything. He's all around. He's in. It's too much to try to explain. But it's so much easier to believe that God is real than to believe that we just appeared here out of nowhere and that circumstances just happened. That's ridiculous. To me, it's just ridiculous. There is a being that is in control of things. If you're not sure who he is, ask him to show himself to you. Access your power. You have power. And you can do great things when you're connected to it in the way that you should be. Have a great week. Talk to you next week.